going on, everybody? My name is Jason. I work at All Out Bikes in Four Oaks, North Carolina, and every day for the month of December, I'm going to be pulling bikes out from my personal collection. They're going to be collectible bikes, they're going to be rare bikes, or just plain unique. So be sure to subscribe to see what comes next. Today's bike of the day is this 1995 Trek Y-22. Now, a lot of people will look at these early bikes and they'll be like, that's a piece of junk, that's a single pivot bike, it's horrible. But you got to think, this is from 1995. I got this bike in March of 1995. It was my first carbon fiber and my first full suspension bike. I thought that this thing looked amazing, and I still think this thing looks amazing. It is a dated bike. You can tell it's a mid-90s bike just from the style of it. But I remember I was so excited to get this bike. Whenever I ordered it, they did not have employee purchasing available for this bike yet, but I really wanted it, so I actually paid more for it, and I remember I got it in, I got it put together, and I showed up to the mountain bike trails. It was me and a couple of the guys, and the manager of the store that I was working at the time, his name was Glenn, and we showed up at the trail, and as we were pulling into the trail, people saw my bike on the back of my car, and you could just see their heads just turning, following the bike. I got out of the car and I started pulling the bike out off the rack, and before I could do that, people were already asking me, what is that? Or they were coming up and they were like, whoa, check that out. And we didn't get to ride for a little bit because we had so many people asking questions about this bike. What kind of bike is it? It says Trek right there in big letters there. How much was it? Which this bike, when I bought it, retailed for $1,999.99. So it was a $2,000 bike. It came equipped with a Shimano XT with a LX crank, if I recall correctly. This is not the original crank on this bike, but it came with a RockShox Judy XE on there, so it was an oil dampened fork with elastomers. And I want to be doing a video on this soon because this fork is dead. The elastomers have died, so right now the fork is just collapsed, so I can pull it up, but gravity just makes it go back down again. But really amazing bike, 24 speed, and the thing is, people were loving it. And in fact, Glenn got so jealous of the attention that I got that whenever Monday rolled around, he got on the phone and he ordered himself one. So the next time we went out to the trail, there were three of us, and all three of us had red Trek Y-22s. So that wasn't so cool because we still had a crowd. People were still coming around because it was still so new. People were asking, whoa, what is that? How much was that? Where did you get it from? And here's the where I got it from. See, I was working in 1995. I was working at DeBoe's cycle shop. Actually, it was the one in Grand Prairie, Texas, and it was just DeBoe's, and it was the bike shop, and it was the bike and then shop, SHOPEE, so the bike shop. But I absolutely love this bike. It originally came with a Fox Alps 5 shock on there. This one has been replaced. It's got a single pivot. It's a unified rear swing arm, and this one actually works really well. Now, there's going to be some people out there that are going to disagree with me. And the reason why they're going to disagree with me is probably because they didn't have the large frame. It was a very plush bike. There was a little bit of a bob, but the large bikes rode so much better than the mediums or the smalls. The smalls were the worst. You got on that thing and you just put your foot on the pedal and the bike would kind of sink down. And and this one does do that a little bit, but again, in 1995, this was revolutionary. This was the best suspension design on the market. That lasted for about a year before Specialized came out with the FSR in 1996, and when that happened, then this bike was already outdated. But you know what? This one right here, it does ride really good. I will put this up against a older Specialized FSR, but if it was smaller, you know what? The smaller ones were not good. That was a bad design. Well, if you enjoyed this video, please leave me a big thumbs up. Be sure to tell your friends. Check out some of the other videos on the corner of the screen. Don't forget to subscribe, and tune in tomorrow for tomorrow's Bike of the Day. I'll see you then. Thanks.